Keith Myers here again. For Peekaboo Martial Boxing, we've already talked about kind of a baseline level of defense is evasive footwork and being able to be evasive with the head. And we'll come back to that because that again is the #1 baseline level of defense, and hand techniques are kind of secondary to that. But one of the crucial, essential hand techniques that I wanted to talk about today is the high cover. And I wish I had a partner to really demonstrate how the high cover works, but we're still on COVID-19 lockdowns and social distancing, so Bob here is my only partner. But the high cover, as everybody from boxing is familiar with, is usually just bringing the hand up. When you got a big glove, you can just put that hand up like this, and that glove covers the side of your head, and it works pretty good. We're not talking about using big fluffy boxing gloves. In fact, we're talking about being bare knuckle most of the time, or when training, having this kind of glove, an MMA glove or a bag glove. So in instances like that, this high cover has to come all the way back here. So your hand is on the back of your neck. When your hand is on the back of your neck, then I have that whole portion of my head covered, right? And the other thing we do is you create a frame, right? You see this talked about in the TriTac guys and the Defense Lab guys and Casey Fighting Method. You know, this kind of all kind of comes together with this idea that if I'm going to bring my hand all the way up like this, and I'm anticipating kind of a wide swinging blow, which can be a pretty heavy blow, I don't want to just do this and get rocked. I want to reinforce it. So this hand goes on top. In the process of putting this hand on top of my forearm, I've also covered my face. So I'm not just here, I'm here. So I've got a lot more coverage. And in fact, you can time it sometimes. If the guy's moving in, I'm blocking with this hand and jamming this elbow into his face or chest at the same time, okay? So it works really good from the peekaboo guard because my hands don't have to start from way out here and come back. My hands are right here, so it's a quick move, right? And here, I just cover. And I can go switch it off pretty quick. Okay. But it's a two-handed block, not a one-handed block. This hand has to come all the way back to here. If I don't, this opening is left right here, a punch will come right through and hit my chin. You can see that, right? So it has to be all the way back here. Now, one of the advantages to that, if I bring my hand all the way back here, I'm not just like this, I'm like this, my elbow's automatically pointed forward. So let's say I'm going to do a high cover and I decide, the guy's kind of slow, he's not going to hit me. So I just step in with it. So it becomes an elbow strike. Elbow strike. Boom. Boom. I just step right into the guy with my high cover. And it's an elbow strike. So that's one advantage. Boom. Elbow straight on. The other advantage is I can use this to open the guy up. So let's imagine my opponent is throwing an extended hook like this, or he's not a very good fighter and he's just throwing one of those typical street fighter haymakers, or even a cross that's kind of wide and maybe a little sloppy. If I can get on the inside of it, so he's throwing with a right hand towards my left side, I do a high cover, I can actually swing through with my high cover. So now I've reinforced it with this hand, I've swung through. So #1, if he's throwing a wide hook, now my elbow is pointing outward instead of towards his face. It's pointed right into his arm, and you can nail the guy with your elbow right on his biceps as his arm swings up. And again, I wish I had a partner. I could show this to you. It's easy because his fist may be moving pretty quick, but comparatively, his elbow and bicep area is moving half the speed that his fist is moving. So as long as I get inside the arc of his punch, I can put that elbow right into his bicep, and that hurts like hell. But one of the other advantages is, as I swing up, I can swing through and load this punch. So again, imagine a wide swinging blow. I step in, I'm on the inside of his arm, boom! I send his arm out, and then I nail him. And it's that quick. Pow! Pow! So again, Imagine Bob is throwing a punch at me. I'm here. I step out, I catch it, and I nail him. Here, I step into the punch, I send it to the side, and I nail him. I'm here. He throws a wide punch. I'm here. He throws a wide punch. Here's my block. I catch his arm. I send his arm out. All this space is now open, and it loads for this. Boom. See how I'm loaded? Bam. Bam. Okay. And on the bag, I can hit the bag harder than I can hit Bob. Step in here. Okay, and that's how in Peekaboo Boxing this high cover works.